definition.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to head down to the Swing for Life table to get all of your pink gear.
And so I guess CJ Davis is going to start off the game with a free throw attempt here. Not too sure what's going on, but CJ Davis, as we keep it here as we get ready to start things off, Davis will go to the line, and the Mavericks will have a 1-point lead before the tip-off. Adams State with 4 players on the floor. Not sure where the 5th starter is. Earl out of the locker room realizing I can't go in the game right now here. So as he makes his way in, his team down 1-0. We're ready for things to tip off. It's Grover and it's Ryan Steffen, both into the center circle. Steffen leaps up, but that one's going to be knocked away by Grover as the Grizzlies win the opening tip here and slowly start to walk it up the floor. That is Austin cutting to his left, right around Steffen. Looking inside now as he just tried to get that one into Grover. Poked away by Steffen, and West has it for CMU. Handoff over to Hoffer. Hoffer will start to jog this one in through the Mavericks head logo. Armac Offensive Player of the Week, Shakir Smith out on him. Now they'll hand it over to Steffen. Steffen to his right finds Davis. 3-ball on the way off the back iron. Hoffer catches the long rebound on it. Gets a little bit of a standing ovation from the crowd there. And they work it back to Hoffer. Starts to roll around the perimeter to his right. Handoff over to Davis. Now they'll work it back around into the hands of Lopez straight away. It's Hoffer outside, continuing over to Davis. Now West has it. Takes a couple steps inside the key. Working it back around. Steffen, long pass. Eimer from the corner. Just off the mark again. And leaping up for the rebound on that one is Austin, able to haul that one down in front of Kabir West. The Mavericks had a couple chances there as they were able to pick up the offensive rebound. It's Smith rolling in, goes through the paint outside Caton. They continue to work it around. It's Austin, 3-ball on the way, can't fall. And that was Hubbard the second, who shot that 3. Numbers a little bit tough to see here. Grizzlies wearing all green with blacked out numbers. White trim on the numbers says Adams State across the front in black with white trim. Mavericks in all white. Mavericks in maroon across the front with the numerals also maroon. Gold trim on those. The maroon stripe going down the side. Mavericks just off on their shot. Back down the other way. It's Smith. He drives into the hole, goes through the paint and draws a foul. And Shakir's heading to the line here for a chance at the old-fashioned 3-point play. The guy ahead of tonight averaging 22.4 points a game is going to see the line. Brandon Hoffer with the foul on that one. Our game's first foul here. First made bucket from the field going to Shakir Smith. Remember, the Mavericks opened the game with a 1-0 lead before the opening tip-off thanks to a technical, and one player for Adams State not being ready to see the floor. Free throw on the way from Smith. Not so free on that one as he is unable to knock that one down. Get some jeers from some of the students who have made their way into Bronson Arena. I know the Mavericks are happy to hear that as they've spent the last couple of weeks on winter break in their last homestand. No students even in town. Outside they look for Davis. West goes in for the putback on the missed opportunity. Can't quite get it. Oh, the crowd groaning at the end of that one because he just had a chance to throw it down. Outside, deep 3 on the way from Smith. He gets knocked down in the process. No foul. He just misses the shot. Inside, Caton can't get it to go. Rebound, put back up and in.
Basket by number 24, Kendall
by Grover. Kendall Grover went right back up as Steffen was all by himself underneath the basket for CMU. Now they work it back down the floor, trailing 4-1. Mavs have yet to hit a bucket. And once the game officially got started, Hoffer's got it on the right side, starts to work it back around. Mavs moving right to left on your radio dial. They go into the left corner to West. West inside to Steffen. Ryan's lay-in attempt, no good, but he was fouled in the process. And so Ryan will go to the line here on the season, shooting 81%. Ahead of this weekend, he was 122 of 150. And last night went 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. And he said last week after the win over Metro State, free throws are the one thing I want to continue to work on in my game. And, well, after his big night against Metro State last week where he knocked down 10 for 10, he said, yep, my dad's going to be proud of that effort there. Misses his first from the line here. Chance for the second one. Good. So Ryan's on the board. The Mavericks cut it back to a 2-point game. It's 4-2 here in the early goings. Walking it up the floor is Austin. Joe Bell Austin dribbles behind his back, goes around C.J. Davis. Can't quite get it to go. Ball sits on the rim for a second and eventually falls home. Austin. Looked like Shakir Smith was going to come and put that one back home while it was sitting on the rim. Falls on its own, and it's a 6-2 game in favor of the Grizzlies. Davis around the perimeter now. They get it over to Hoffer. Went through the hands of Lopez first. Now back to Davis. Into the corner. It's Lopez. Eimer shot on the way. Just too strong. And over the rim. Smith has it. He jogs it down the floor. Outside finds Caton. Caton starts to cut in on Lopez, shuffles the feet underneath him and falls to the deck. Gets the pass off just before. Austin has it. Outside Smith. Wanted a deep three. Goes around Hoffer. Inside now. Can't get that one to go. Off the back of the rim. Over the backboard. And out of bounds.
Checking in for Adams State, number 21.
And a 30-second timeout on the floor for CMU. We'll go ahead and keep it locked in right here at Braun Center. I can say I've ever been a part of, as the Mavericks were down by 28 points with about a minute to go in the first half against UCCS. They battled back, got in front, but overall could not come away with the win. Hoffer's going to have some trouble getting this one through the logo. Loses it as 3 Grizzlies swarm on him, and as Jobel Austin got the steal, Brandon Hoffer got the reach in and the foul. For Hoffer, that is his second here in the game. Lost a handle on it down near his ankles, and as he went to pick the ball back up, realized somebody had snatched it out from underneath him. Smith's got it in front of the CMU bench, now starts to take a couple steps back towards the middle. They'll go inside to Grover, back outside, Jobel Austin to Smith, into the corner. They'll look, and E.J. Hubbard knocks it down. Not to be mistaken with Mavericks running back DJ Hubbard. But close, as EJ is on the board. Into the left corner, it's Davis. 3-ball on the way.
Maverick basket.
And CJ knocks it down for the first made bucket of the field for CMU. Driving in, it's Austin. Into the corner, finds Smith. He'll fake the 3 and start to walk this one back out. Going back down to that last play there. CJ Davis wide open from that left corner. Splashed it home in front of the Grizzlies bench. Austin loses the handle on it, still gets it out to Smith. Smith into the corner, finds Hubbard again, and EJ knocks that one down. Back-to-back threes for EJ Hubbard the second. And he's got his Grizzlies in front by 7. Davis drives down the right, into the right corner, finds Lopez. Now pass inside off the right block. It's Kabir West. West off the glass and good. And Kabir's on the board. 1 of 3 shooting on the night for the former Northwest Tech student. Into the right corner, right in front of the Mavericks bench, it's Smith. He starts to cut in, now passes over to Grover. Grover goes up against Steffen, gets his own offensive rebound on it. Ball on the ground. Lopez with the steal after West initially got the poke in there. Eimer was able to strip it away from him at the end of it. Now Lopez outside gets a couple O's from the crowd as he puts the spin move on, and they get it to go. Brandon Hoffer driving in with the right hand high off the glass and in. And it's a 3-point ball game. Austin will walk this one up through the logo. Looked back to head coach Russ Canton for a quick call. Now they'll continue to work it into the corner. That is our tardy member in this game, Umuro. Starts to work in on West. They'll go back around with it. Grover all the way around now into the hands of Jobel Austin in front of the Mavs bench. Takes a couple steps to his left. Chucks up a 3 off the back iron, and Hoffer's got the rebound. Now they jog it down the floor. Brandon goes up with it off the glass. Good for Brandon Hoffer.
Maverick basket by
initially looked like Shakir Smith was going to wrap him up for the foul. He didn't. Brandon Hoffer went right up and knocked it down. Other side, Smith. His 3-pointer too strong off the back iron, and Hoffer waiting underneath it for another rebound. And for Brandon Hoffer, he's now got 3 boards. Outside, C.J. Davis. Good again from the corner. And the Mavericks battle back and get in front. It's 14-12 thanks to 2 big threes from C.J. Davis. Connor Nichols subbing into the game for CMU here. We've seen a couple big weekends out of him lately. The freshman out of Scottsdale, Arizona. 1 of 3 players out of Scottsdale on this Mavericks roster. You got Brandon Hoffer and C.J. Davis also from there. No shot for Adams State here as they work it inside. Trying to go up with it is Grover. He can't get the shot off because of an offensive 3 seconds, so another turnover for the Grizzlies. Chalk that one up to turnover number 3 here in the ballgame. Lopez jogs it up the left side. Handoff to Nichols on the left. Connor wanting to go somewhere else with it. Inside now. He looks for Steffen. There's a foul. Has Grover reached in for it.
Grizzly foul on number 24, Kendall Grover.
Kendall Grover. A big foul there. His first, team second for Adams State. And you know these guys love having the students back in it. Inbound pass finds Hoffer. Brandon goes up, knocks it down off the glass, and Hoffer will see the line.
Hoffer
Gets a couple cheers from the cheering section just behind the hoop. I believe that is the Mavericks baseball team who their season gets underway next month when they take on Nebraska Kearney over at Simplesio Field. Brandon Hoffer right now with 6 points on 3 of 3 shooting. Has a chance to tie C.J. Davis for the lead on the night. He knocks it down, and both of them have 7. How about that? Tanner Riley will sub into the game. Taking out C.J. Davis, the man with the hot hand from beyond the arc. He's shooting 2 of 4 from deep. Also has the 1 free throw that he took before the opening tip. Smith with it, looking inside, tries to find his teammate on that one in Morgan. It went right off Morgan's hands, off the backboard, and one of the Mavs came away with it. Lopez looks inside, finds Riley, outside Nichols. Nichols thought about stepping away. Now he can try and work with it since he hasn't dribbled yet. Picks the dribble up, goes back outside. There's Riley. Riley starts to roll backwards with it now. Over to Nichols. They'll roll the perimeter to the left. Mavs moving right to left on your radio dial. Lopez drives in down the baseline. Offensive foul on Eimer. He went up. DJ Morgan stayed down, and he plowed right through him. Eimer reaches down to that right knee. Remember, he had a thigh injury last night, but was able to battle through it and hit a couple clutch free throws. Excuse me. Lopez will remain in the game here as he picks up the foul on that one. Subbing into the game here for the Grizzlies. Vitor Machado, the senior guard, 6 foot tall, out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, went to Escola de Aplacaco. Outside, it's Machado. 3-pointer on the way, spins out. Rebound knocked away from Morgan as he just chucks that one back outside to Machado. Back inside, Morgan from just inside the free throw line, can't get it to go. He jumps up, picks up the offensive rebound on it. Mavs are going to get hit with a foul away from the ball. They're going to say that Connor Nichols,
Maverick foul on number
with
20,
the blocking
Connor
foul on that
Nichols.
one. I believe he was able to move Kendall Grover out of the way. Machado lines up at the free throw line like he's going to take some shots here, but there's an inbound pass from underneath the basket. They'll go long pass to Machado. To the right, back into the hands of Jake Buck, who just checked into the game. Now Smith with it, goes inside. Morgan, outside Machado, to the right now, and they get it over to Smith. Smith loses a handle on it, and Eimer runs it up the floor here, 2-on-3, running it down for CMU. Lopez loses a handle on it, goes inside Nichols. Nichols good. About a step or two in front of the little semicircle underneath the basket. Gets the floater to fall. The Mavericks in front 19-12 here with 12:10 to go in the first half. Buck with it in front of the CMU bench. Outside Machado. Fakes it. Now goes over to his right to Buck again. They go inside Grover. Grover no-look pass finds Morgan. His shot too strong off the glass, though. Had a wide open lay-in attempt. Went up with the left hand, but put too much behind it and threw it off that square. Hoffer dribbles to his left now. Handoff to Riley. Riley trying to put the moves in on Morgan. Steps into the right block. Looking for somewhere to go with it inside. Bounce pass to Nichols. Loses a handle on it. Now Connor gets it back off the glass. Friendly roll falls.
Number 20, Connor Nichols.
And the Mavericks on a bit of a run here. It was 12-5 at one point. They now lead it 21-12. Machado has it on the left side for the Grizzlies. Looks inside to Grover. Grover trying to work around Steph, and he goes hard off the back of the iron. Can't get it to fall, and the Mavericks haul in the defensive rebound again. Some cold shooting for the Grizzlies as of late as the Mavericks have opened up a 9-point lead, looking to extend on that. Nichols down the right side, just inside that right corner. Can't get the jumper to go, and Smith all by himself to bring down that offense or the defensive rebound. He'll run it down the floor. Now looking to do it by himself. Lopez gets the steal on it. Eimer trying to save it as it went out in front of the bench. He couldn't do so. Toes the line.
Checking in for Adam State.
And Adam State will retain here. No possession there for Eimer Lopez.
Nate Hawley.
Jake
Also
Buck
checking in, number 15,
subs out of the game here, has himself a little laugh as he goes to fill up the water cup. As he walks over to the bench, the Mavericks baseball team gives him a standing ovation, and he just smiles and shakes his head about it. Machado on the left, to his right, gets it to Joe Bell Austin. Back outside, they go to Smith. Shakir rolls around the perimeter to the left now, back into the hands of Machado. Straight away, it's Smith. Inside near the free throw line, they found Amuro, and Amuro is going to trip on the play. They're going to get Tanner Riley on the foul.
Maverick foul on number 15, Tanner
Riley not arguing it at all, so he knows it was on him. Mavs still in front by 9. They just picked up their 5th team foul. 10:45 to go here in the first half. Caton, has subbed back in for the Grizzlies. Smith with it. Straight away. 3-ball on the way. Can't go. Front iron. And into the waiting hands of Connor Nichols. He'll just kick this one over to his right to Lopez. Lopez directing traffic in front of him as he jogs up the floor. They find Nate Hawley, who just checked in on the left corner. Now to the other side, it's Riley. 3-ball on the way. Little short on that one. Hit the front of the rim. And as Nate Hawley went up for the offensive rebound, he's fouled in the process by Shakir Smith.
Adam State foul on number 5.
And so for Adam State, their
Shakir
4th
Smith.
foul. On the floor for CMU, it's Nichols, Steffen, Holly, Lopez, and Riley. Long pass outside to deep straightaway. And Riley, he'll start to roll to his right. Inside, they go Steffen. Steffen looking for Lopez underneath the basket. Knocked away by Caton and out of bounds in front of the Adams State bench.
Basketball.
Mavs will keep possession of it. 23 on the shot clock. 10:16 to go on the half. It'll be Nichols standing in front of a couple Grizzlies there with the inbound pass. Looks to his right, finds Riley. Riley into the left corner for Nichols. Inside, they look for Steffen. He's wrapped up and fouled. And that one going to be on Ethan Caton.
15, Ethan Caton.
So for Caton.
Checking in for the Mavericks, number 15, Trevor Van Tassel.
That'll be his first foul of the contest. Team fifth now. Trevor Van Tassel comes in, relieves Ryan Steffen in this one. We saw his sister Kelly in the last game get a couple minutes late for Taylor Wagner's squad. Now outside, Holly goes into the right corner and finds Riley, who starts to roll the perimeter. Look to his left to Nichols, decides to go to the, look to the right for Nichols, goes to the left for Lopez. Lopez takes it into the corner, now goes inside for Riley. Tanner gets the floater to fall.
15,
as he just stepped right in, put it up with the left hand, didn't even need the rim or the backboard on that one as he knocks it down, nothing but net. Smith got it. Left side. In front of what would be the Mavericks student section normally. Now he starts to drive down into the corner. Outside look, Machado. Three-pointer on the way in front of the Mavs bench. Good from the man from Brazil.
Basket by number 1, Vitor
They're able to kill their drought for a little bit there as they went ice cold for a couple of minutes. Vitor Machado knocking that one down from deep. Up the floor with it. Lopez looks to his right and into the right corner to Holly, who starts to roll back towards straightaway. Now they'll go to the left corner. Continuing to work it around. Van Tassel goes inside. Holly off the glass. A soft lay-in for Nate on that one, but he just put it right off the square and got it to fall. Mavs in front by 10 here for the second time tonight. Still trying to roll somewhere with it. Goes Austin. Keeps it at straightaway. Couple Mavs played out on him. Now he'll go to Machado. Machado starting to go back outside. Finds Smith. Smith driving in outside. Machado straightaway. 3-ball on the way. Just off the mark. Hit off the back of the rim. High rebound towards the back of the key, where Holly's able to just haul that one home. Now Lopez up the floor with it. To his right finds Nichols. He gets it to sink.
Maverick basket by number
Crisp
20.
passing from CMU. They went to Eimer. Eimer no look over to Nichols, and Connor was able to get it to fall. Austin with it. Looks to his right, finds Smith. Smith all the way back over to the left to Machado. Now he looks into the left corner for Jobel Austin. Back outside, Smith in front of the Mavs bench. Fouled on the three-point attempt. It doesn't go, but he'll see the line for three. And that one.
Maverick foul on number 33, Nate Holly.
On Nate Holly. Holly
Shakir
on the
Smith.
floor for the Adams State Grizzlies. They put in the original starting lineup minus a guy, because originally Brian Amuro was supposed to be in there. He makes his way in now. It's Amuro, Smith, Morgan, Austin, and Hubbard the second. Smith no good on the first one. He back irons it out. Couple dribbles again here from Shakir. Spins it in his hand a couple times. Second free throw up and knocks it down. Back to an 11-point ball game here for Shakir Smith. He has 3 points tonight. Hit one from the field and then one from the line here. Looking to go successful on this trip. Knocks it home. And he'll step away with a 2-for-3 trip to the line. So back to a 10-point lead for CMU. 8:20 to go here in the first half. Lopez has it to his right now. Finds Nichols. Nichols, couple hands in his face there. Now he tries to get the pass to go to Steffen. That one's going to be deflected. Hits off the rim. Almost falls. And then it goes out the baseline on the rebound attempt there. Connor almost got an unconventional basket as he chucked that one high into Ryan Steffen. It went off somebody's hands and almost went in. Outside, Nate Holly, three, good.
Maverick basket by number
on the
33,
inbound pass, Nate Holly knocks it down. Eimer Lopez was looking to his right, and Connor Nichols, they lost Nate Holly on the floor, and he gets it to go. And then a carry on the other end of the floor
Maverick
for Joe Bell
basketball.
Austin. And a turnover for Adams State, so the Mavericks
for Adams State,
will get the inbound pass from underneath their own basket here. How about Nate Holly, a guy who we've seen knock down the three ball pretty well so far this season. He didn't have any points last night, but he only attempted one shot. And ahead of the weekend, Holly, 46% from beyond the arc. He's a 15 of 32 shooter. Inside, they find Steffen at the top of the key. Now he'll go back out to Lopez on the right. Eimer steps into the left now, back to the right to Holly. Holly goes inside to Steffen. Ryan trying to back down Grover, goes up, gets his shot blocked. Oh, man, was he stuffed by DJ Morgan there. Running down the floor, Smith, three ball on the way, good. Some quick points in transition for Adams State. Steffen hawking that he should have got fouled on that one. No call on it as the block was there. Mavs have it going the other way. They got Lopez on the left corner in front of the Grizzlies bench. Gets the D-man to jump and then gets it knocked out of his hands by Shakir Smith. I don't know what happened to Eimer on that one. Driving down the floor the other way goes Hubbard. He goes up off the glass with the left hand, and he's good on it.
E.J. Hubbard.
E.J. Hubbard the second. Fought around a potential charge attempt there from one of the Mavs. They'll go back outside with it to Davis. He can't get the three ball to fall. Rebound hauled down by Grover. They'll push it up the floor. Left corner, Shakir Smith. Three ball just off the mark. Rebound almost tipped home by DJ Morgan there, but he put it too hard off the glass. Lopez will jog this one up through the center circle. Couple steps to his right, now cuts to the left. Outside, Ryan Steffen, three-pointer on the way, just rattles away. Oh, man, the big man was looking for the big shot on that one. He didn't even get a chance to see it fall. Outside, again, the Grizzlies have another three ball on the way. Steffen loses the handle on the rebound. Now he gets it. Long pass up the floor to Lopez. Outside, Davis, three-pointer, good for CJ. Steffen was finally able to corral the rebound in his hands. Just pass down the floor to Lopez. Lopez looked to his left, saw a wide-open CJ Davis, and he splashes it home. Mavericks back in front 11. Inside, Grover goes up against Steffen. Ryan put the hand up to defend him, but he goes right around him off the glass and in. Steffen looks back to shots to get a call here. Lopez has it walking up the right side of the floor in front of the Mavericks faithful. Starts to step into the left a little bit, loses it off his own knee, but regains it. Couldn't go anywhere with it now as he looks over to Nichols. Around the perimeter of the left, they find Davis. Davis starts to work it to the right, straight away for CJ. Has Smith out on him. They'll go outside to Holly. 10 on the shot clock. Inside Nichols. Connor goes up for it. He'll be fouled before he goes up for the shot. That one coming up on DJ Morgan, the blocking foul. And team foul number 6 for Adam State. Mav's going to make a couple subs here. Nichols comes out, as does Lopez. That means Brandon Hoffer and Tanner Riley back into the game for CMU.
Brandon Hoffer.
Not quite into the single bonus just yet for CMU, where they will shoot a 1-and-1. One foul away from that for both teams. 5:27 to go. Riley on the inbound. Long pass finds Hoffer on the right side. Mavs moving right to left on your radio dial. They'll look for Davis on the right corner. He gets his shot blocked by Morgan. Davis had it, wanted to launch up a quick three, but Morgan got the hand in front of him and was able to poke that one away. They'll call Riley over to do the inbound pass. And he'll just bounce this one in to Hoffer. Shuffles to his left now, back to the right. They get it to Riley deep. Riley starts to work it to the left again, finds Davis. Davis picks it up, now goes over to Hoffer. Hoffer inside, just to the left of the elbow to Steffen. Outside, Nate Holly, three again.
Maverick basket.
It's Nate Holly. Heating up from beyond the arc there. They gave it to him once, he knocked it down. They gave it to him again, he knocks it down again. Mavs in front by a dozen. Inside to Grover from the elbow. He's good.
Basket by number 24.
And the Grizzlies cut it back to a 10-point ball game. That one, Kendall Grover. On the night for Grover, he's got 6 points on 3 of 5 shooting. 4 rebounds, leads the way for Adams State. Driving in down the right block is Tanner Riley again. And Riley just goes right up off the glass for that one. Now driving in, Jobel Austin looks outside. Grover thought about a three, goes to his left, finds Caton. Caton three, just off the mark. And it hits off the top of the backboard again. We will get a foul away from the play. That one's going to be on Nate Holly for using a little bit too much of the body there. And so for CMU, tough break because it was a missed three-ball opportunity.
DJ Morgan.
This will send DJ Morgan to the line for the chance at the 1-and-1 as the Mavericks are into the penalty.
Connor Nichols.
Nichols subs back in, takes out Nate Holly for CMU, who committed the foul just a second ago, gets a couple high fives from his teammates as he is shooting the ball well so far here tonight. 3 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from deep. And the shot on the way from Morgan is just off the money, so the Mavericks come away unscathed there. Nichols has it, holding it outside just to the left of straightaway. He did pick the dribble up, so he can't go anywhere with it. Now finds Steffen. Steffen inside, finds Hoffer. Hoffer back out to Riley. Can't get the quick shot to fall. But some crisp passing again from CMU there as they worked it in. Hit maybe 3 different pairs of hands, and now a blocking foul on Tanner Riley.
Maverick foul on number
as
15,
Morgan tried to
Tanner
drive
Riley.
the baseline, he worked out a long arm pass down the baseline, but he drew the foul on the play from Tanner Riley before he was able to get rid of it. So he'll head to the line here for another 1-and-1 opportunity. He missed his first shot on the last trip, therefore not earning the second one. 4:05 to go. Mavs in front, 38-26 here in the first half. A little bit larger crowd here than we've seen in the last couple of weeks with the students on winter break starting to make their way back in. You can start to look out and see some of the fresh young faces in the crowd back here at Bronson Arena. And lucky for them, too, is they have 3 more home weekends after this one. Morgan knocks down both from that trip, so he cuts it back to a 10-point game. It's Hoffer with it, trying to cut up the floor on Smith. Gets it over the timeline. Now steps to the left, spin to the right. Outside, Connor Nichols thought about a 3-ball. I don't know why he didn't take it. He'll just put the pass over to Ryan Steffen, who muscles his way down low and puts that one up and gets it to fall. Ryan Steffen. He's got 3 points tonight. That was his first made bucket from the field. Over to Morgan on the right side now. Tries to drive in on Riley. Puts the elbow out and knocks down Tanner Riley. But he goes crashing into the lower body of Ryan Steffen. Ryan pounds the floor in frustration. Jumps up quick. We'll see if maybe we get appears to be fine as he gets a couple high fives from his teammates back on the bench. And he'll go over to the Gatorade jug. Full court presses on from Adams State. Nichols gets the inbound up to Riley. Now back to Nichols. Parallel over to Hoffer, who starts to jog it up the floor to the left now. Gets it over half court. Has it in the back part of the logo, and he's just going to slide that pivot foot underneath him. He stopped to try and get a quick pass out, but held onto the ball for a second too long. Got the back foot to slide behind him, and a traveling violation on CMU for the Mavericks. Turnover number 5. Under 3.5 to play here in the first half. Mavs in front, 40-28. Amuro's got it, goes inside to Grover. He tries to get it to go over Van Tassel. Gets a lot of help from the front of the rim on that one. Nichols slips as he tried to make his way back to get the inbound pass. They'll let him regain his composure and get up on that one. Now the Mavs a quick pass down the floor. Van Tassel looks deep again. They find Hoffer now. He has to hurry get this one out to Nichols. Nichols drives in, gets it swatted out the baseline. He was hurried in the effort, we should say, on that one, was Brandon Hoffer. He got it up the floor, had a couple Grizzlies around him, dribbled it out to the left in front of the Grizzlies bench, and then looked backwards. Ryan Steffen will check back into the game here. They were just being a tad bit careful with him, which you have to be sometimes with your leading scorer. Inbound pass finds Davis on the left corner in front of the Grizzlies bench. He'll look to his right, finds Hoffer, now rolling around, finds Riley. Back to that left corner. C.J. Davis, wide open 3, good!
Maverick
and give it to him again. C.J. Davis in the corner. He'll knock that down all night. He's got a game-high 13 points on 4 of 8 shooting from not only the field but also from beyond the arc. C.J. Davis, keep feeding him. Smith looks inside, finds Grover. Went up awkwardly with the ball and lost a handle on it. Not sure if Ryan Steffen or Connor Nichols got the steal on it. Nichols has it, working up the floor, spins around Machado, outside Riley. Riley looked for somewhere to go with it. Now they work it to the right, goes Hoffer, goes Nichols, back outside to Davis. Davis trying to put the moves on Smith, throws up a 3 as well. That one just off the mark as it rattles around and falls off to the right side. CJ was trying to feel some heat there. And down on the other end of the floor, I believe Connor Nichols is going to get docked for a foul here. No, they will point to the Grizzly on the floor. That is Brian Amuro, who, as he was trying to back down Connor Nichols, got a little bit too much contact.
21, Brian,
pushed Nichols from the front and got Nichols to stumble backwards. Amuro hit the deck, but they saw Brian with the foul on that one. So the 8th foul, and now that we see the replay on it, you can definitely see the arm extension from Brian Amuro on that one. So rightfully called on the floor. Mavericks are going to get the ball here. Another turnover for Adams State. They've got 8 team fouls. Since it was offensive, the Mavs are not going to shoot on it, though. Hoffer trying to run up the floor with it. Loses a handle on it, but luckily Kabir West is there. Loses that one off his own shoe, but Brandon Hoffer's there to clean it up. Now inside to Steffen. Steffen fighting off a pack of Grizzlies. Goes up off the glass. Ryan with strength. Able to get that one to fall. Shrugs the shoulders after that, looking for the foul call. Now here comes Smith down the floor the other way. That shot too short. Steffen will haul down the rebound. No, he doesn't. And a foul away from the play. That one going to be a technical on for a player not being ready to go. So here's Davis. 3 dribbles, spin in the hands, ball up, and good. Mavs in front by 15. With 1:39 to go here in the first half, they make it 16 now. Davis knocks down the second one. So a 17-point Mavericks lead. And I believe, will they get the inbound pass here, or what is going to happen on the other end of the floor? they will get the inbound pass. It'll be Shakir Smith, for Adams State. Tons of confusion here after the technical against Adams State. And now they get the inbound. High pass from Smith. Goes to Grover. Now his pass a little too high for Smith to corral and get a good shot opportunity off. He goes up right into the chest of Ryan Steffen. Ball still up in the air. Hauled down by Amuro. He tries to look for somewhere to go with it. Outside Machado. Machado thinks about a three. Goes into the left corner. Shakir Smith, three, good. Smith knocked it down with no one around him. Smith has been flying around all over the floor tonight, and it's no surprise why he was the Offensive Player of the Week last week. And now he's able to poke that one away from Hoffer from behind. Steal for the Grizzlies. Smith back down the floor, and a travel on Shakir Smith. And he knows where the mistake was on that one, on his teammate. You got to put the blame on your buddy there because it appeared that Brian Amuro stopped dead in his tracks in the paint. Smith had to try and correct himself in midair to go around him, never put the ball back on the floor, and just kept running with it. Kabir West with it now for the Mavs. Rolls around the perimeter to the right. Steps in towards the right elbow. Looks outside for Hoffer. Hoffer rolls to the right now. Around the perimeter to the left, they go to West. Inside look after goes Nichols, and an offensive 3 seconds on the Mavericks. I believe they're going to get Ryan Steffen on that one. He sat in the paint for a little bit. They tried to feed him, but it just couldn't get into the hands of the big guy. 47-33, 46 seconds to go here in the first half. The long roll up the floor as Smith picks this one up over the timeline, so they don't waste any time getting it down there. It's Grover around the perimeter, goes Smith. Outside with it is Hubbard, starting to drive in through the right block, poked away, and that one's going to be out of bounds. Last touched by the Mavericks. One of our officials pointed to the left and then pointed back to the right on the play, but I believe this one is going to stay with the call that it is out on CMU. So 17 on the shot clock, 32 on the game clock. They go inbound to Amuro. Now he goes outside to Smith near the logo. And the long pass from Smith over to Machado gets poked away by West. Into the crowd on that one. As the Mavericks keep it down on this end of the floor. 12 seconds left on the shot clock as the Grizzlies retain possession of it. Inside Smith to the left, Machado. Machado stops it straight away now over to Hubbard on the left. They'll continue working this one around. Grover from just inside is going to get the deep two to fall. And back down to a 12-point game. 14 seconds on the clock here for half number one. Nichols has it, goes to the left to Hoffer. Hoffer starts to drive to the left around a pick from Steffen. He has a wide open Kabir West inside. He goes to the corner for Davis. CJ's three is good. And you got to shoot the ball. And, well, if I could paper airplane $1 research center. And so a real awesome cause that the Mavericks are a part of during every sport season. Like we've said, women's soccer, softball, women's basketball, men's basketball tonight, also women's lacrosse, and volleyball as well getting involved. Mavericks have inbounded it and gotten it going. It is into the hands of Hoffer as he rolls to the right. Mavs switching sides here for this half as they're going left to right on your radio dial now. Kabir West looking for Eimer Lopez. That one's going to be tipped away and into the Mavericks bench. Mavs keep the ball. 19 on the shot clock. 12 gone here in the second half. Lopez into the right corner, right in front of the Mavs bench, finds Hoffer. He starts to roll it back to straight away now, keeps it himself. Out on him is Amuro. Hoffer looking for somewhere to go with it, has to spin away a couple times. Still looking for somewhere to go with it, finds West, and a timeout on the floor from CMU. They were running out of time to try and get something going there. And Hoffer, West in front of him, also Steffen and Davis lined up behind them in a four-man line. Now Davis going to squeeze through a couple players. Hoffer comes out for it. Now they'll go inside to Ryan. Ryan starting to back down the Grizzly down low. He fights off the defender and gets the ball back. Ryan off the glass, good for the first points here in the second half, and Steffen up to 7. Jobel Austin with it down the left side, goes inside to the free throw line, finds Amuro. He can't get his shot to go off the glass. West fighting for the rebound, and he just tries to chuck that one back inbounds to Hoffer. Gets picked off. Now going up for it is Grover. Grover can't get the shot to go.
Maverick foul on
and he's fouled in the process. Ryan Steffen, I believe, going to commit the foul on that one for Ryan. Foul number 1 on the night here. Team foul number 1 for CMU. We saw them fall into the penalty in the last half, but no double bonus opportunities for Adams State. Both teams not allowing the opposite team to get into the double bonus there. From the line, shot on the way from Grover is good. For Kendall, he's now up to 11 on the night. 1 for 1 from the stripe, 5 for 7 from the field. Grover eyes up the hoop, sinks the second. So back to a 15-point ball game here. Just under a minute into the second half. Kabir West with it, gets it over the timeline, finds Hoffer. Hoffer starting to cut in, gets it poked away, and that one goes out the baseline. Brandon had C.J. Davis off to his right. He had a lane to the basket just part in front of him, and he decided to take advantage of it. Probably didn't expect the ball to get poked out, but when you're driving in there, there's going to be a whole sea of hands. Inside, they look for West in the same spot underneath the hoop. He gets it poked away. Now Kabir strong on the defensive effort trying to get it back, but Joe Bell Austin's going to run away with it. Now he goes up, alley-oop on the way for Grover. Couldn't quite throw it down, but he puts it up off the glass for the lay-in attempt. He started soaring up through the air. He thought he was going to put it down with two hands on that one, but he's able to just get the lay-in to fall. For Grover, he's 6 of 8 from the field. Hoffer with it, deep straight away, 20 on the shot clock. Directing traffic in front of him. Now starts to cut to his right, hand off to Eimer Lopez on the right. Lopez pulls the ball back as Amuro tried for the steal attempt, goes behind the back with it, and a foul on the play. That one's going to be on.
Adams State foul on number 21, Brian
Amuro is going to get docked for that one. And near the top of the key, does the job, wipes it off, and now he walks back down, and play gets ready to resume. Lopez with a man in his face. He just chucks that one deep over to Hoffer. West has it now. West trying to put the moves in on Austin, and he loses the handle, and it dives on the floor. West got it. Lopez thought the Grizzlies were going to come away with it. He ran back on defense. Hoffer goes inside to Steffen. Steffen goes up, gets the shot to fall, but an offensive foul on Ryan. I don't know about that one. They're going to say he put the elbow down. I saw him get the shoulder down on that one, but not too sure if there was a little bit of an act job on the play from
DJ Morgan,
one of the Grizzlies on the floor. We're not going to get a replay up here, I don't think, and so you won't be able to really see it. But Steffen definitely led with the shoulder down, but it did look like a little bit of a push-off from the defender on the play. Nonetheless, Steffen records his second team foul for CMU here in the second half. Grover goes in. His shot too strong off the back iron. Ryan leaps up for it and gets the rebound. Lopez tries to run up with it, gets it poked away from Shakir Smith. Out of bounds, last touch by the Grizzlies. Some jeering coming from not only the Mavericks faithful behind the basket, but also from some of the Adams State fans in attendance here at Bronson Arena. Slow start to the second half so far as the Mavs sub in Connor Nichols. Coming out of the contest, Kabir West, he did have some trouble hanging onto the ball there on the last couple of efforts. So Nichols comes back in. Lopez looking for Nichols inside. They go to Steffen. Steffen down low with nobody around him on the little over-the-shoulder pass. Ryan goes up off the glass, and he's good for his 9th points of the night. Austin with it. Tries to go into the corner. Gets it poked away. Now he gets the ball back. Finds Smith. Smith shot a little short on that one. Steffen going to have to fight for the rebound, and eventually gets it to go. Oh, man, bobbled it around. Juggling effort on that one, was finally able to corral it. And the Mavs push it up the floor. They go to Davis in front of their own bench. Back outside to Hoffer. Straight away starts to cut in. Now looks outside. CJ's got it. One Grizzly out on him. CJ starts to drive down the floor. Goes up with it. His shot too short. Just hit the side of the rim on that one and was smacked away by one of the Grizzlies. Now driving the floor, Joe Bell Austin looking for his teammate on the play, and Hubbard can't get the shot to fall, but Morgan puts it back up and in. No one waiting around for it for the defensive rebound for CMU. Back down the floor with it the other way. It's Lopez in front of his own bench. Fakes the pass. Draws a wide open look. His shot just off the mark. Steffen can't get the putback to go. And the Grizzlies run it down the floor. Driving in with it is Austin. Austin losing a step on it. Chucks it right into one of the Mavericks. And now they're going to get the Mavericks on a kickball by Connor Nichols. Nichols pleading his case. He says he had no idea the ball was even coming his way, as Joe Bell Austin turned with it and just two-hand essentially spiked it into the knees of Connor Nichols. Inbound pass picked off by Brandon Hoffer. Very lazy effort there from underneath the basket from one of the Grizzlies. Hoffer runs down the floor, and he can't get his shot to fall. Other way with it for the Grizzlies. Sloppy play on both ends of the floor here, and now driving down the floor, a charge on E.J. Hubbard. Eimer Lopez waited for it, 2 steps in front of the semicircle under the basket. Set the feet, and Hubbard went right through his chest.
Jake Buck.
And originally, EJ was looking for a pass on it. As he jumped up, he left the feet, but Eimer was set on the play. So 13-point Maverick lead, about 3.5 minutes gone here in the second half. Lopez starts to work it around the perimeter to the left, inside to Steffen. Now back to Lopez, cutting in. Eimer off the glass and good. Man from San Juan, Puerto Rico, goes up with the right hand, puts it off the square, and gets it to fall. 15-point Mavs lead. It's Morgan shuffling in, bouncing around with his step in the paint. Can't get the shot to go, and Ryan Steffen with the big paw able to haul that one down. And for Ryan, he's got 10 points on the night. Nichols has it. Can't get his shot to go off the backboard. Hauled down by Morgan, pushing it up the floor to Buck. Buck with it. Handoff back outside to Morgan. Now they'll go inside, just a step inside the free throw line to Grover. Back outside, Buck thought about taking a three. Nichols going to body up on him, and Connor gets hit with another foul. And I've noticed this more and more over the last couple of games with Connor Nichols in the game. There can be some hard contact from 9 other guys on the floor, but Connor Nichols just has to breathe on you, and he'll get called for a foul here. He doesn't like it. I'm not sure what the case is, but he's had that call against him quite a few times this year where he barely puts the body on you, and he'll get called for the foul. It was a problem last week against UCCS, too. Inside, Kendall Grover goes up with 2 hands, throws it down.
Kendall.
Oh, man, they looked right inside, got it into the hands of the big man, and he went up with both. And I believe now Grover is going to get a technical. He hung on the rim for a second there. Connor Nichols, I don't know where Nichols is going. Oh, he's looking for the ball. He goes out the left side of the tunnel, the herd tunnel, as they call it here, with the students supposed to enter the game from there. I actually don't know where Connor Nichols went. He just left. So Ryan Steffen goes to the line here. He's got 2 shots on the technical. Sinks the first, gives himself a double-double. Sinks the second, gives himself 11 points. And now Eimer Lopez has gone out into the hallway looking for his teammate in Connor Nichols. Mavericks are going to sub in Nate Hawley and Tanner O'Reilly. CJ Davis comes out. Connor Nichols is gone. No one knows where he went. Eimer Lopez kind of pointed back that way, so one of our trainers is going to run out towards that tunnel. Lopez has the inbound here. He'll go to Riley and backwards to Lopez. And I believe, judging by where the trainer's going, he just left the entire building. Mavs still have it, working up the floor. Riley's got it in front of the Mavericks bench. He goes outside. Lopez 3-ball on the way. Can't get it to fall as it spins around the outside of the rim and falls off to the left. Grizzlies pushing it down the floor. Smith in front of his own bench. 3-pointer on the way, doesn't fall. He gets tackled after the play. Looking right at the ref, doesn't get the foul call. Mavericks luck out on that one because Shakir Smith got put on the deck. Steffen fakes the 3, goes back outside, finds Lopez. Eimer shuffles to his left around a screen from Ryan. Now they go into the corner to Holly, the corner 3 killer as we've dubbed him. Couldn't get anything to go now. Down to the baseline, finds Lopez cutting in. And an offensive foul on CMU on Eimer Lopez. I'm not too sure what happened on that one. Maybe he was using the elbow, the arm a little bit too much there to clear some space for himself. But for Eimer Lopez, he'll get docked with the offensive foul there. And a turnover for CMU. 5 minutes gone here in the second half. Mavs in front 58-43 over the visiting Adams State Grizzlies. Armac Offensive Player of the Week, Shakir Smith kicks that one over to Buck. Buck goes inside to Grover, and Grover gets it poked away. On Grover's last shot attempt down low, he threw down a vicious 2-handed slam, but got hit with a technical foul in the process. Good news here for CMU. Connor Nichols is back in the building. Going to be interesting to talk to head coach Andy Shantz about where he was at after this one is over, as the first shot from Grover falls through. I'm sure Connor's got a story or two to tell about his adventures outside of Bronson Arena for just a little bit during the game here. Maybe got sick of the crowd. Who knows? We'll find out after the game. Second shot from Grover, no good, as Steffen hauls down the rebound. He's got 11 points and 11 rebounds on the night. Another double-double effort for Ryan Steffen. And defensively, they've got Shakir Smith bodying him up. Ryan goes right up with the right hand and gets that one to go. Shakir Smith standing 6'1" to Ryan Steffen 6'10", trying to defend him down in the paint. And as Smith drives in, he'll trip over a couple of Mavericks. They'll get Tanner Riley on the blocking foul on this one. Riley may be a little bit confused on that one, maybe saying, I don't know. I don't know if I fouled him. Could have been my teammate Brandon Hoffer. Hoffer on the night with 2. Riley now with 3. Every Mav on the floor has at least 2 fouls, and the Mavericks have 5 team fouls. We saw this happen in the first half, though. Couple fouls early on, and then they were able to slow that part of the game down. Long pass outside finds Grover. He'll go to Buck on the left, who starts to roll to the right. They work it around now. Morgan goes inside. Grover trying to go up for another slam. Gets bodied up in midair by Holly, but he's going to pull back and get the shot to fall off the glass. Kendall Grover with strength there as he's opened up a 19-point game, leads all scorers for the Mavericks. Davis leads the game with 18 for them. Lopez starts to put his head down and drive in. Outside, Nate Holly, three-point opportunity, spins out, and Steffen can't haul down the rebound as Grover's there to do it. Puts it up the floor to Jobel Austin. Austin turns around and goes back to Grover with it. Now back to Austin. He starts to shuffle to his left. Stops. Long pass on the way to Buck is stolen by Lopez. Eimer with the quick hands to get in there. Now back up with some athleticism. Can't get it to go. Grizzlies try and corral the rebound, and he just takes it right out of the baseline. Looked like DJ Morgan got both hands on the rebound attempt, but just kept running and ran right out the floor. So 24 on the shot clock as Eimer's shot never even hit the rim. Lopez will have the inbound pass duties here. In front of him, Ryan Steffen, also Nate Holly, Tanner Riley, and Brandon Hoffer on the floor. On the floor for Adams State, you got Jobel Austin, Jake Buck, Ethan Caton, Kendall Grover, and DJ Morgan. Steffen tried a deep two opportunity. That one too strong as it went over the rim. Now a chance for Grover at the other end. That one no good. Other way, it's Lopez. Can't get the runner to go. Oh, my goodness. Eimer had a chance at a nice lay-in opportunity, put a little bit too much on it, and watched it just roll off the front of the rim. Back and forth efforts for both teams here. Now Grover driving in on Steffen. Can't get the shot to go. Ryan, good job D'ing him up. And now Lopez is going to get the ball. Buck steals it, throws it back in. Lopez eventually gets it. Inside, Steffen. He goes up with two hands, and Ryan jams it home.
Number 23,
he got the ball, surprised he still had it, and went up with both hands to throw that one down. They're showing the replay on the big screen here in Bronson Arena, but Ryan just able to go up with two and put it down. Grizzlies get the rebound attempt here. Not sure if the ball ever hit the shot clock there, but they do give him a fresh 30. Tanner Riley's going to get a steal here as Caton just couldn't go anywhere with it. Riley's runner no good as he went up with the left hand. Too strong. And the Grizzlies have it. It's Hubbard from the elbow. Can't get it to go. Rebound attempt. Good from Grover as he just puts it back up with the right hand. Jumped up and just tipped it. And for Kendall Grover, he's got 21 to lead all scorers. Lopez down the left block, runs in by himself, and now he gets it to go off the glass. Eimer Lopez up to 4 points on the night. He's 2 of 8 from the field, 0 for 4 from deep. And a timeout on the floor coming from head coach Russ Canton. That's going to be a 30-second timeout with 12 minutes to go. We'll keep you locked in right here at Bronson Arena.
Right,
Mavericks not a leotard, but they were running up and down in the wrestling gear throughout the whole arena earlier with some pink bags to fill with money. And so it looks like they raised quite a bit of money. Jake Buck goes back over to his spot on the bench, gets a couple more jeers from the Mavericks baseball team over there. Inside, they'll go to Amuro. Outside, looking for Caton. Caton's just going to get poked away, but Kabir West got a little bit too much elbow on that one, and so for Kabir, he commits his first foul of the night.
Foul on number 4.
Team foul number 6 for the Mavericks.
Checking in for the Grizzlies, number 0.
Amuro subs out. E.J. Hubbard II comes back in. Curious if there may be any relation with him and Mavericks running back DJ Hubbard. I doubt it, but you never know. Smith drives in through the paint, looks outside, finds Hubbard. His shot just off the rim, and as West tries to corral the rebound, Machado's going to get a little bit too much of his arm and pull him back.
Foul on number 1, Vitor Machado.
Vitor Machado out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, committing the foul on that one for Machado. That is his first, team 4th for Adams State. Mavs were about to get a sub Davis into the game. They couldn't get it quite in time. So they'll keep the guys on the floor that they've got. Trevor Van Tassel looks outside to Nichols on the left side. Nichols looking for a rolling Brandon Hoffer. Couldn't get it to him, so he goes back outside to Van Tassel. Now they look again. They find Nichols and a foul on the play away from the ball coming up on Ethan Caton for Adams State. And so the ball will stay on this end of the floor. Team foul number 5 for the Grizzlies here.
Brian Umoriu. And for the Mavericks,
Amuro subs
3,
back in.
C.J. Davis.
C.J. Davis subs back in. Out comes Tanner Riley for the Mavericks. Back into the game. Amuro, as we just said, for Adams State. Kabir's got it on the left. To his right, finds C.J. Davis. Thought about a 3, now goes into the right corner where he finds Hoffer. Hoffer starts to roll the perimeter to his left. Back to the right, finds Nichols. Nichols with a couple hands in his face. Long pass to the left corner for Davis. Davis takes a step to the left. Now inside, finds Nichols at the free throw line. His shot deflected. Nichols gets it back thanks to some help from Kabir West. Connor goes up with it, gets fouled in the effort. They're going to say jump ball instead. Connor was expecting the foul call on that one. For some of the soft calls they've called against Nichols here, I'm shocked that they didn't call that one the other way. But a jump ball, possession arrow in favor of the Grizzlies, so they'll take over, trailing by 16 still. 11 minutes on the dot to play here in the second half. Outside Machado to his left finds Smith. Smith starts to cut in around a couple Mavericks defenders. Looks for Amuro inside. Amuro frantic, looking for somewhere to go with it. Goes into the corner and finds Hubbard. Long pass Machado in front of the Grizzlies bench. 15 on the shot clock. Amuro outside. Smith, deep three on the way. Just off the mark. And rebound corralled by the Grizzlies. Inside they find Machado. He goes up off the glass and in. Van Tassel got beat on the low post there as he went up for it. Amuro deflected it over into the hands of Hubbard. And then Hubbard looked for a wide open Machado in the paint. And now another foul away from the play. This time it's on Amuro.
Foul on Adam State, number 21.
Umaru, excuse me. Umaru. Getting a lot of different pronunciations from up here in the press box. 10:28 to go in this contest. Mavs in front by 14. Connor Nichols takes a seat. Eimer Lopez subs back into the game. Inbound pass to Van Tassel. Short. West can't quite get enough of the rebound. He gets it now and goes up for it. Gets it poked away. Running down the floor is Smith. Goes up with one hand and floats his way in.
Basket by number 5.
The Armac Offensive Player of the Week going up strong with that one. And for Smith, he's now up to 12 points on the night. Lopez, kick pass to the left for Hoffer. Hoffer dribbles it through the Maverick Head logo now to Davis into the right corner. Lopez thought about another three. Instead goes inside, wide open Kabir West. Kabir off the glass, good. You saw a streaking E.J. Hubbard the second come in to swat that one away, but didn't even do it. As Kabir a little bit too quick there. Long pass outside, finds Smith. Smith starting to drive in on Van Tassel. Van Tassel goes straight up. No foul call. Smith off the mark. Amuro gets it, and Van Tassel's just going to push him out of bounds. They'll get Trevor on the foul there. That'll send Adam State to the line here for a 1-and-1 opportunity. We get a timeout on the floor. And immediate, that'll put Adam State into the bonus. Brian Omoru at the line to shoot the 1-and-1. On the right block, it's Kabir West and Brandon Hoffer. Left block, Ryan Steffen, Eimer Lopez with Ethan Caton in between them. Shot is short off the front of the rim, and Kabir West jumps up there with his right hand to haul it down. And the Mavs slowly move it up the floor. It's Davis with Machado in front of him. Starts to slide to his left a little bit, and they'll get Machado on a foul. 1-and-1 opportunity coming up for C.J. Davis here as he took it to the left and then spun back to the right.
1-and-1, number 3.
In the effort, Vitor Machado just able to get around and I believe got him on the elbow on that one. So that'll send C.J. Davis to the line where on the season. Misses the first one there on the season for C.J. Davis, an 86% shooter. Really wants that one back because he doesn't earn the second shot. Smith drives in, outside look for Machado. Thought about the three, now rolls back to his right. Looks for Smith in front of his own bench now into the left corner. They'll find Hubbard. His three just off the mark again as it hits the front of the rim. Hoffer gets the rebound and Amoru's going to foul him. That'll send Brandon Hoffer to the line for the 1-and-1. Brian Amoru got a little bit too much contact on that one. Russ Canton can't believe it. He's having a word with one of our officials here tonight. Saying, you got to be kidding me, man. Hoffer at the line, goes through a couple dribbles and gets the first shot to fall for Brandon on the season. A 66% free throw shooter. Couple subs coming in here for Adam State. Out comes Amoru and Machado. Back in comes DJ Morgan and Kendall Grover. Hoffer still at the line. He's got Ryan Steffen on the right block in between two Grizzlies. Kabir West on the left. Davis and Lopez back. Hoffer can't get the shot to fall. West went up for the rebound. That was hauled down by Grover, and it's Smith running it the other way. Gets into the key. Pulls it back out now. To his left finds Caton. Back to the right, and straight away is Smith. To the left in front of the Grizzlies bench. They find Hubbard. Inside pass to Grover. Poked away, and Lopez has got it. And the Mavericks with numbers going the other way. It's Davis. Three ball on the way for CJ. Good. CJ Davis, they had a 4-on-1 effort. They gave it to him outside and watched him knock it down. He's got 21 points. Blackjack for the sophomore. Smith's got it on the right. Hoffer in front of him, goes inside to the free throw line to Hubbard. Hubbard bounces through a couple Mavs and gets a friendly roll to go. As he knocks it down, the Mavericks are into the 70s now as they sport a 16-point lead after that last made bucket for the Grizzlies. It's 70-54 CMU. Davis on the right, in front of the Mavs bench to Kabir West. Rolling to his left, fights off a steal attempt. Now Kabir looking for it on the ground. Hubbard dove between his legs to try and poke it away, and he ends up poking it out of bounds. So the Mavs will retain possession. Half the shot clock is expired. Lopez will have the inbound pass. Standing next to head coach Andy Shantz here on the sideline. To the right, Davis from the corner. CJ shot well short. CJ fell to the ground afterwards. But the Grizzlies get the rebound up the floor to Smith. Smith goes up with the right hand. That shot short. They'll get a foul call here, though, on Brandon Hoffer. As Shakir Smith went up with the right hand, Hoffer just reached in a little bit too much and got the contact. Enough to draw him away from making the shot. If you can interfere enough that he doesn't get the shot opportunity, they'll call the foul on you for Hoffer. That is his third team foul, number 8 for CMU, but since it was in the act of shooting, Smith will see the line for 2. First shot from Shakir, up and good.
Checking in for Adams State, number 2.
So for Smith, he's now up to 13
Mavericks,
points.
15, Tanner Riley.
Kendall Grover leading the Grizzlies on the scoring front right now with 21, though. We saw E.J. Hubbard into the double-digit mark as he's up to 12 on 4 of 10 shooting. Smith spins it in his hands a couple times here, and he knocks it down. 14-point Mavericks lead. This has been around the average lead here for the night. It's been between 10 and 17 here. Lopez, inbound to West, gets it poked away initially by Hubbard. Lopez ends up getting it back. He'll run it up the timeline now, and a foul on the Grizzlies as Lopez got through midcourt. That one coming up, and I believe that one's on E.J. Hubbard. It is.
For the Mavericks, number 35, Eimer Lopez.
Excuse me, third foul there on E.J. Hubbard. Had a little bit of a score update on that NFC divisional round matchup between the Packers and the Arizona Cardinals. 3:44 to go. Packers trail it 17-13. Lopez on the first shot of the 1-and-1, can't get it to go. And now a travel attempt on the other end of the floor for Adams State. Quickly on the rebound, they pushed it up the floor. E.J. Hubbard shuffled his steps and gets docked for too many. So the Mavericks take back over here. Just under 8 minutes to go. They've got it on their half of the floor. They go backwards with it to Hoffer. Starts to dribble it to his left now. Gets over the timeline. Finds West to the right to Riley. Bounce pass inside Steffen. Ryan tried to go up with it, and he just comes up a little bit too short on the front rim. Other way with it is Smith. Starts to cut in through a couple Mavericks. Shakir off the glass, can't get it to go. Second effort attempt from Hubbard, can't go. And Riley's got it for CMU. Push pass up the floor. Finds Hoffer. Brandon slows it down opposite his Mavs bench now. Goes to Lopez. Long pass finds Hoffer in front of the Mavs bench now. Going up with it finds Steffen on the high pass. He can't corral it as he puts it back down on the floor. Other way with it go the Grizzlies. Outside Hubbard, 3-ball, just off the mark. Had the perfect path behind it, but rattled away off the back of the rim, off the front of the rim, and then out. Hoffer shuffles in through the logo, and a foul on Shakir Smith. And Brandon Hoffer and C.J. Davis, they're quick about that. They'll take the step to the left and then quickly spin back to the right with it to try and draw contact. That's the 10th team foul on the Grizzlies, so the Mavericks into the double bonus, and they'll shoot 2 the rest of the night. It's Hoffer back to the line. On the night, he's got 8 points, 2 of 3 from the stripe, and 3 for 4 from the field. He's also got 4 rebounds to his credit. And he's good on that one. So a chance to become the third Mav in double digits if he can score on this next free throw. Nate Holley's got 8 just behind him, and Hoffer's good. So 3 Mavericks in double figures. It's C.J. Davis with a team-high 21, Ryan Steffen with 15, and Brandon Hoffer now with 10 from the line there. Long pass finds Shakir Smith. Smith rolling down the left side, goes up over Ryan Steffen. Can't get the floater to go off the glass. Second effort attempt from the Grizzlies, just off as well, and they'll knock it out the baseline. Mavericks take back over, leading this one by 16. It's 72-56 with 6:50 to go. Brandon Droz joining you from Bronson Arena this evening as the Mavericks men's team looks to join the women with a big win here over the Grizzlies tonight. Riley's got it for CMU. Trying to look on a sideline pass to Ryan Steffen. It was knocked out of bounds by Hubbard right in front of the scorer's table there. So Riley, long push pass inside, finds Lopez. Lopez handoff to Steffen, and Steffen up with 2 hands is able to flush it home. Almost as if Lopez wasn't expecting the pass to get to him. He had a chance to put up 2 points of his own. Instead, hands it off in front of him to Steffen, who goes up with 2. Inside pass, finds Morgan. He's able to get his own rebound and go back up off the glass with it. So keeping it a 16-point game. Quick inbound pass to Riley. Almost got stolen away. Now Tanner runs it up the floor. Draws the attention of a couple different Grizzlies. Bounce pass over to Lopez. Lopez drives in. Goes around a little bit of a block from Ryan Steffen. And Eimer with his right hand able to put it off the glass and in. Avoided a big block at the same time. Smith drives in. High shot. Off the glass. No good. And Riley's got it. Up the floor to Hoffer. Skip pass on the way to Kabir. And West got it initially. Thought about the deep three. Wanted to run it inside and forgot to dribble. He's called for traveling. Under 6 to go. Eimer Lopez has the last points for CMU there as he ran in. And it was a little bit of a shuffle from Ryan Steffen to clear some space for him, too. Walking it up the floor is Austin. He'll go to his left and find Smith in front of the Grizzlies bench. He'll start to walk to his right. Long pass over to Austin, and Austin will get called for traveling now. It's a traveling show on both sides of the floor. 5:39 to go. A lot of stops here in the second half. A lot of turnovers at the same time. Second half turnovers for Adams State now up to 7 for the Mavericks. They've got 8. 14-17. Adams State with a couple more turnovers on the night. Brandon Hoffer drives in down the left block and goes right up with the right hand. Couple defenders in the area, but Hoffer was able to get it to fall. He's up to 12 tonight. Deep three on the way from Joe Bell. Austin is good.
Joe Bell Austin.
And he cuts it back down to a 17-point game. The Grizzlies with a little bit of life here in the second half. Still tons of time left in this one. Mavericks know a thing or two about comebacks. They're trying to avoid getting came back on tonight. West with a big dunk attempt. Couldn't get it to go. Ryan Steffen with the putback couldn't go as well. West went high on that one as he tried to throw it down. Couldn't get the shot to fall. Joe Bell Austin, deep three on the way, no good, and Riley will haul that one down. He'll turn and give this one over to Lopez, who slowly starts to jog this one in through the logo. Mavs working left to right on your radio dial. Goes to his left around a screen from Steffen. Straightaway three on the way from Ryan. Can't go as Eimer with the little pick and roll there, able to get it back to Ryan, but he couldn't get the shot to go. It's Morgan with it up the floor, working around the perimeter to the right now, back into the hands of Buck. Buck off to the right, diagonal corner, throws up a three off the back of the rim. Can't get it to go, and on the rebound attempt from DJ Morgan, he wanted to throw down a huge dunk but missed the ball. Mavs come away with it here. 4:20 to go in the second half. Up the floor, it's Lopez over to West. West drives in, goes up off the glass, off contact, and in. And Kabir's going to the line.
By number 4, Kabir West.
Foul on the play on Joe Bell Austin. No, excuse me, they'll
State number 24.
change the call on that one. It's going to be on Kendall Grover. Initially popped up on the board with a 2, but they changed it to 24. Second foul of the night for Grover. Kabir West knocking that last one home. He's got 6 on the night, and he goes to the free throw line for the first time this evening. Kabir for the chance at 3, gets it to go. So the Mavericks in front by 20 now. It's 81-61 with 4:12 to go. West checks out, gets a couple high fives from his teammates there. CJ Davis almost took the shooting shirt to come back in the game, not realizing the Mavs had already subbed Connor Nichols in. Working it around the perimeter now. They get it into the hands of Joe Bell Austin. Back around to Jake Buck in front of the Grizzlies bench. He'll pounce this one inside, and a call away from the play. Eimer Lopez is going to get docked for the foul on that one. So no shot on it. But at the line to shoot the 1-and-1 is Jake Buck.
Line for the Grizzlies, number 10, Jake
Buck,
Buck.
the junior guard out of Ogden, Utah. On the season, he's 5 of 8 from the line. And he gets the first one to go for Buck. His first point of the night. A guy who averages 2.4 points a game on the season. Spins it in his hands a couple times. He's able to break in to get it back into the teens now for Adams State. And he knocks home the second one. Gets a couple cheers there from the baseball team for CMU. They've been heckling him all game, and he's finally on the board with 2. 18-point Mavs lead, under 4 to go. Hoffer starts to work it up. Now dribbles behind his back and cuts in through the paint. Looking for somewhere to go with it. He's got to get rid of it to avoid that 3-second call. Gets it to Lopez. Lopez with the head fake. Draws the foul, and he's heading to the line for 2. DJ Morgan committing the foul on that one. That'll send Eimer to the line. Lopez on the night with 6 points. He's 3 of 9 from the field, 0 for 4 from deep, and 0 for 1 from the charity stripe. He'll get a chance to redeem himself a little bit here at the line on the season. Eimer shooting 66%, rattles that one home, and it's back up to a 19-point Mavericks lead.
Number 15,
We thank you for joining us this evening on 1100 KNZZ and 980 KGLN. And a big thank you for joining us all weekend long so far as the Mavs last night got the 3-point win over Fort Lewis. They extend the lead back up to 20 as Lopez is good on the second one as well. 8 points on the night for Eimer. Could potentially be the next Mav next to Nate Hawley to move into double digits on the night. Omuru has it. He'll bounce it into Caton. Caton goes up for it and gets it swatted away from Steffen. He waited underneath it for his own rebound. Outside look from Austin, just off the mark, and Tanner Riley will haul down the rebound for CMU. Gives it to Steffen, who jogs up the left side of the floor. Starts to cut in against a couple of Grizzlies. Goes up, and he tried to put that one up. They'll get a goaltending call on that one.
Goaltending. Maverick basket.
As Jobel Austin, I believe it was able to get the hand up underneath. The ball was already sitting on the back of the rim, so it was clearly on its way down, and Ryan quickly pointed and was looking for the goaltend call. Steffen up to 19 points on the night. Not leading the game for CMU. That's CJ Davis's role tonight, but he's got enough. Bounce pass inside, finds Omoru. He'll go right up and in and get that one to fall. 20-point game. It's 85-65. 3 minutes to go from Bronson Arena. A couple fans starting to file out here on Swing for Life night. Lopez has it on the left side, now goes back up to the logo for Hoffer. Mavs getting ready to empty a little bit of the bench here at the next whistle. Long pass goes out of bounds. Steffen sees the bench. Nichols sees the bench. And Riley sees the bench. Into the game for the first time tonight, we see number 31, Trent Clay, the redshirt freshman out of Aurora, Colorado. Last season, he redshirted at Black Hills State. Also coming into the game for the first time tonight, Kane Gunther, the junior guard out of Palisade High School. And Trevor Van Tassel back in to relieve Ryan Steffen. Buck, long pass, finds Machado, who just worked his way back in. Now Omoru has it, back outside. Machado, deep three on the way. Good! Splashes it home from Rio de Janeiro.
Machado.
Gunther's got it. On the inbound from Lopez, they'll work it back to Eimer's hands. Steps in now through the Maverick Head logo. Step to the left, pass off to the right to Van Tassel. Goes back with it. Looking again for Kane Gunther inside, gets it poked away from him. And out the baseline. They're going to say last touched by the Mavericks on that one, as Kane Gunther may have carried it out of bounds with him. As Adams State will walk it up the floor. Vitor Machado with it, goes to the right, finds Buck. Buck looking for somewhere to go with it. Looks inside now. Chance indoors for King Grant Perry, who just subbed into the game for the first time now. And a long shot on the way from Buck doesn't go. Mavs are going to commit a foul here, I believe. It's
Adam
Brandon
State foul on
Hoffer.
Number 15, Ethan Caton.
No, excuse me. They're going to call that one on Adams State. From the body language on the floor, looked like the foul could have came on CMU.
Trent Clay.
But instead, it is on Ethan Caton. And so that'll send Trent Clay to the line. Clay, a guy who averages 0.7 points a game. He's only seen the floor in 6 games. But with that shot, passes his season average by 0.3 of a point.
Tanner Riley.
So Tanner Riley back into the game. Eimer Lopez stays out on the floor with him as Brandon Hoffer checks out. Gets a little pat on the backside from head coach Andy Shantz for a good effort here tonight. For Brandon Hoffer, 12 points as Clay knocks home the second. For Trent, he's up to 2 points in this contest. Bucks got it. They'll work around the perimeter to the left. Into that left corner, they go to Caton now. Back around again. Deep three on the way from Omoru, just off the money. Buck reaches up for the offensive rebound. Trevor Van Tassel also went up for it, and they'll get Van Tassel on the defensive foul. So that'll send Jake Buck back to the line, the favorite player of the CMU baseball team, as proven here tonight.
Jake Buck.
Giving him a couple claps down underneath the baseline there. A spot that opposing teams just do not like fans to sit, and it's always a team here for CMU. Sometimes you'll see the football team back there. The baseball team has always been known for coming out and jeering a little bit with opposing teams. Second shot from Buck rattles away, and he doesn't get either of his two to fall. The Jake chance coming from the baseline must have gotten to his head. Riley with it. 90 seconds left in this contest. Dribbles to his left, now stops. Goes back outside, finds Clay. Thought about a three. He'll turn. He'll go outside to Gunther. Gunther steps in, back outside for Clay. Straight away they go back to Van Tassel now. Inside looking for Clay. Loses the handle of it. Gets it back. Goes up against Buck. Can't get the shot to fall. Clay gets his own offensive rebound. Then loses the handle of it. It's Buck running it up the floor for the Grizzlies. Buck starts to cut in. Goes through the paint. Goes back outside. They get it to Machado, who walks it back into the logo. Under 20 on the shot clock. 1 minute to go from Bronson Arena. Machado in. Bounce pass finds Grant Perry, and he's stuffed on the play. Not sure if they're going to give it to Gunther or Van Tassel. Grizzlies keep the ball, though. Deep three from Buck off the mark, and Lopez gets the rebound. Mavericks can hold on to it for a little bit of time here. 40 on the clock, 25 on the shot clock. Lopez and the pink kicks tonight. Step to the left. Dribbles between his legs, back to the right. 15 on the shot clock. The Mavericks just got to space out the paint a little bit so they don't get called for a 3-second violation and stop the clock here. But they can pretty much just run this one out for the most part. Clay drives in, draws a foul. And for Trent, he'll go back to the line where he's got 2 points tonight.
Foul on number 10, Jake Buck.
Under 2 minutes to go from the Desert. The Arizona Cardinals in front 20-13 in the NFC divisional round. That one with 1:55 to go. Trent Clay at the line for the Mavericks. Shorts the first one off the front of the rim and bounces into the hands of Vitor Machado on the right block. It's Machado and King Grant Perry on the right. Caton and Amoru on the left. Clay's good on the second. So back up to a 20-point game. It's 88-68. 21.3 on the clock. Machado to his left finds Amoru. Back to Machado to the right to Buck. Right corner. Caton, 3-ball on the way. Splashes home. 13 on the clock. Clock still going.
Ethan Caton.
And I believe they're just going to reset that one because it wasn't supposed to continue running. So they'll put, let's see, some more Jake calls coming from the crowd here. They'll put 1.3 back on the clock, so 13 seconds to go. Inbound to Clay, handoff to Lopez. He'll jog it up the floor. As soon as he gets it over the timeline, this one is over. And as the clock gets ready to hit triple zeros, the Mavericks come away with a big win tonight.